What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Islam Makhachev has responded to Gordon Ryan's claim that Jiu-Jitsu is more effective than Sambo in a street fight. Islam firmly disagreed, saying you can't just lay down on the street and start fighting. He explained that real fights begin on the feet, and when comparing Sambo and Jiu-Jitsu, Sambo is far more practical in street scenarios. Islam added that he and his team have used Sambo extensively, and it works well against opponents, including BJJ practitioners, showing its effectiveness. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to help support the channel. Moving on to another news. Carlos Prates has made it clear that his patience has officially run out. The UFC welterweight contender took to Instagram on Thursday to publicly vent his frustration over a fight that still has not been finalized. According to Prates, a potential opponent has been sitting on the contract and refusing to sign, leaving everything stuck in limbo. In his post, Prates said he was told the offer is already in his opponent's hands and that both the fans and himself are waiting. He questioned whether the other side is serious or just wasting time. Prates added that he wants to give fans the fight of the year and urged his opponent. Moving on to another news. Brady has made it clear that waiting around is not part of his plan, as he continues to call out multiple names in the welterweight division. Despite his last appearance in the octagon ending quickly with a first-round TKO loss to Michael Morales, Brady says he is more than ready to get back in there. The problem, according to him, is that no one seems available or willing to sign on the dotted line. Brady explained that the division feels stuck at the moment, with very few fights being booked, even though he is actively asking for one. He shared his thoughts on how the top of the division might shake out, saying he believes Garry is likely to fight Islam Makhachev next. He also mentioned the possibility of Morales facing JDM, while admitting he has no idea what is happening with Belal Muhammad right now. Brady pointed out that Kamaru Usman is sitting right there in the rankings and is a fight he would gladly take. He said he would also be interested in facing Belal, but feels unsure why nothing is moving. According to Brady, April is the target timeframe, and that is what he and his team are aiming for as they wait for the division to unclog. He also took aim at the rankings themselves, saying it is crazy that trash talk Colby Covington is still ranked. Brady noted that Covington was recently talking about fighting at 185 pounds, then suddenly mentioned wanting to face Paddy Pimblett on a White House card, which only adds to the confusion around the division. Brady revealed that he was offered a fight against Gabriel Bonfim, but turned it down because he believes he deserves a bigger name. Even after the loss to Morales, Brady feels his position justifies it. He said he took a risk he did not have to take, and while it did not work out, he is still ranked. Moving on to another news. Joaquin Buckley and Sean Strickland have gone back and forth in a heated exchange that quickly caught attention during fight week. With Strickland set to compete this weekend, he once again managed to keep himself in the headlines, this time by trading words with Buckley. The situation escalated after Buckley said he wanted to catch Strickland in Houston, making it clear that he was not happy with what he had seen circulating online. During a recent interview with Perry Punch, Buckley explained why he decided to call Strickland out publicly. He was asked about a clip that surfaced from Auden Ross's livestream, which showed Strickland using a racial slur. Buckley made it clear that he was not trying to play the victim or cry about it, but instead wanted to understand why Strickland felt so comfortable using that word in certain settings. He pointed out that it seemed like Strickland only used it around people he believed would let it slide, rather than saying it freely around everyone. Buckley said he would never let someone push him into acting out of character, especially just for the internet or a camera. However, he stressed that the real issue was accountability and honesty. To him, it was less about being offended and more about questioning why someone would feel bold enough to speak that way online, but not necessarily face-to-face. Buckley's comments were calm but firm, and they didn't take long to reach Strickland. Strickland fired back almost immediately with a harsh response. He mocked Buckley, insulted his fighting ability, and claimed Buckley was more interested in drama than being a positive influence. He even went as far as saying Buckley's entire social media presence was embarrassing. Buckley responded simply, saying, "Bet, see you in Houston, big fella," signaling he was ready for anything. The exchange continued. Moving on to another news. The Dan Hooker situation has officially gone from strange to completely chaotic, with new twists surfacing almost every day. If you missed the earlier developments, it all started when a woman claiming to be his former girlfriend came forward online. She alleged that she had been in a years-long relationship with Dan Hooker while he was married, and claimed that his wife was fully aware of the situation. According to her, the relationship was not only secretive, but also abusive, and she said she eventually ended things after discovering that Dan had allegedly cheated on her with a man. Dan responded quickly and publicly on X, appearing to mock the allegations. He posted, "What I miss?" followed by a laughing and crying emoji, then added, "No, I'm gay now." He followed that up with another comment saying, "Nothing like a woman scorned." Shortly after, Dan took to his Instagram story and shared an image with a caption that read, "Me holding my family close after my side chick tried to tear us apart." That post alone poured fuel on an already raging fire. The situation escalated again today when the woman shared what she claimed was a love letter written to her by Dan. She also posted a video showing herself about to go through Dan's phone while he was asleep, before he suddenly woke up. Viewers quickly noticed that the phone in the video appeared to have the same wear and tear along the edges as the phone shown in screenshots she had previously posted. Those screenshots allegedly showed messages between Dan and another man, along with images suggesting he used Reddit to connect with men in his local area. Just when it seemed like the situation could not get any more dramatic, Dan's father-in-law entered the picture. He posted a video directly addressing Dan and did not hold back. In the clip, he mocked Dan over his recent run of losses in the UFC and openly insulted him. He claimed that years ago he once wrote in his autobiography that Dan was a good man, but said time had revealed otherwise. He went on to say that his daughter and granddaughters deserved better, and accused Dan of being all talk. The father-in-law ended the video by challenging Dan to come see him face-to-face, while questioning his toughness and even threatening to physically confront him. He finished by claiming that despite being 59 years old, he would still whoop Dan with accuracy. Moving on to another news. Belal Muhammad has shared his prediction for the upcoming clash between Sean Strickland and Anthony Hernandez. And his breakdown is detailed and tactical. With the fight only one sleep away, fighters around the sport are locking in their picks, and Belal believes this matchup could come down to pace, distance, and bodywork. According to Belal, Strickland's biggest weapons in this fight will be his jab and his teep kicks. He thinks Strickland will rely heavily on those tools to keep Hernandez, also known as Fluffy, at the end of his range. Belal pointed out that Fluffy has shown weakness to the body in past fights, and he believes that could be a major factor. He referenced how Kevin Holland finished with a body shot, and also noted that Alex Pereira rocked him to the body as well. To Belal, that suggests a clear vulnerability that Strickland could exploit if he stays disciplined. From Strickland's perspective, Belal feels the game plan should be simple but strict. Keep Fluffy at jab range, stab the body with teeps, and never let him settle into a wrestling rhythm. Belal emphasized that once Hernandez starts shooting takedowns and forcing constant work, the fight could quickly turn. He warned that Strickland has a tendency to get overly aggressive at times, and doing that here would only open the door for takedowns and clinch exchanges. On the other side, Belal believes Hernandez's path to victory is clear. He thinks Fluffy needs to shoot early, shoot often, and make Strickland work from the opening minutes. Belal explained that the first takedown might fail, and even the second or third might not lead to long control. However, he believes that by the fourth and fifth takedown attempts, the cumulative effect will start to drain Strickland's energy and motivation. Belal also mentioned that Strickland has been in plenty of 5-round fights and knows how to manage a pace. But that doesn't mean he is immune to pressure. Hernandez's forward movement, body attacks, and constant wrestling could bring a pace and style that Strickland has not dealt with often. Belal added that it has been close to a year since Strickland last fought, which makes starting fast even more important for Hernandez. In the end, Belal made his pick. Moving on to another news, Nassourdine Imavov has fired back at Sean Strickland following his recent comments about a potential matchup with Khamzat. Strickland suggested that a fight between two Muslim fighters wouldn't draw much attention, claiming that Chimaev would likely take down Imavov easily, and that nobody cares about two foreigners facing off. He also made remarks joking about a potential White House card, referencing previous controversies and appearances involving political figures in an attempt to mock the situation. Imavov responded directly on X, keeping his reply short but sharp. He wrote, "You can rinse it, polish it, rebrand it. Garbage is still garbage." His statement clearly fired back at Strickland's remarks, showing that he is not backing down from criticism and is ready to defend his reputation and skills. The exchange has quickly drawn attention. Moving on to another news. Amanda Nunes has fired back at Sean Strickland after his latest controversial comments about women's MMA sparked widespread backlash. During UFC Houston Media Day, Strickland went on another profanity-filled rant, this time directing his attention toward women's fighting and a rumored super fight involving Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano. His comments quickly went viral due to their sexist and homophobic nature. Strickland openly mocked the idea of Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano, questioning why anyone would care about the matchup at all. He suggested that the only way people might be interested is if the fighters were half naked, making crude remarks about appearance rather than skill. He went on to claim that hardly anyone cares about women's MMA in general, comparing it to the WNBA, and insisting that the audience simply is not there. The rant escalated further when Strickland claimed that the weakest and softest average man could beat Amanda Nunes in a fight. He doubled down by pointing at a man in the crowd, joking that even someone out of shape could supposedly defeat her any day of the week. He then went even further, saying society has empowered women too much, and that their true strengths lie in having children, being mothers, cooking, and cleaning the house. The comments were widely criticized for being dismissive and disrespectful. It did not take long for Nunes to respond. The former champion took to Instagram and delivered a short but powerful message aimed directly at Strickland. She wrote that women do everything he mentioned, and on top of that, they are fighters too. She added a laughing tone to make it clear she was unbothered, finishing the post with girl power and a reminder for critics not to cry. Nunes's response was praised by fans and fighters alike, with many applauding her for addressing the situation without resorting to insults. Rather than engaging in a long back and forth, she chose to highlight the reality that women in MMA balance many roles while still competing at the highest level. The exchange once again puts the spotlight on Strickland's outspoken personality and moving on to another news. Ariel Helwani has finally weighed in on the growing buzz around a potential Islam Makhachev versus Garry title fight, and he made it clear why the situation has caught his attention. Ariel said the whole storyline is super interesting, especially considering how calculated Ian has been with his recent moves. According to him, if Ian is traveling all the way to Georgia, it feels like he is trying to send a message. Ariel explained that if Ian is signaling that a title shot is coming sometime in the spring after Ramadan, then credit should go to the UFC for making the right decision. He stressed that title fights should be earned based on current form, not past accomplishments. He was very firm in saying that Shah Kamaru Usman should not be in consideration for a title shot in 2026 based on his recent record. Ariel added that if Kamaru wins one or two more fights, then fair enough, that would be a great comeback story. But until then, others are more deserving. He pointed out that fighters like Ian, Carlos Prates, and Michael Morales have done more recently to justify a shot at the belt. Ariel emphasized that championship opportunities should never turn into lifetime achievement awards. In his view, merit has to come first. He also mentioned that with Shavkat Rakhmonov currently out, Ian stands out as the clear option. Ariel said he hopes Ian is being truthful and not just talking for attention. He added that if this fight does get made, then credit is due to everyone involved for putting together the matchup that makes the most sense right now. Moving on to another news, huge UFC main events have reportedly been leaked, sending shockwaves through the MMA community. Last night, Brazilian content creator Makhachev shared some major updates. Known for his large following and interviews with notable names, including Alex Pereira, Makhachev is also an official stake sponsor, which is the UFC's betting partner. According to his sources, which he describes as very credible, the main events for UFC 327 and 328 have been revealed. For UFC 327, Makhachev reports that the main event will feature Jiří Procházka taking on Carlos Ulberg for the 205-pound light heavyweight title. This indicates that Alex Pereira will vacate his belt and move up to heavyweight, which has been anticipated for some time. The co-main event is expected to be Joshua Van versus Tatsuro Taira, aligning with recent coverage and rumors surrounding the card. UFC 327 is scheduled to take place in Miami, and the reported fights alone are generating considerable hype for the event. For UFC 328, MMA Hoj claims that sure Alex Pereira will make his heavyweight debut against Ciryl Gane for the heavyweight title. This implies that Tom Aspinall would either be stripped of the belt or vacate it to recover from injuries. The co-main for this event is reported to feature a women's fight, although it is unclear whether it will be for a title. Meanwhile, for the UFC White House card, MMA Hoj has reported that the main event will be Justin Gaethje versus Ilia Topuria, with the co-main reportedly being a major bombshell, though details have not been revealed to avoid spoiling the UFC's plans. These leaks, if accurate, set up some of the most anticipated matchups in recent UFC history, including title fights, debuts in new weight classes, and high-profile